storing query in whatever it might be. It might be variable or it might be a place or whatever it might be. Instead of writing the same queries again and again whenever we want, we'll just call that stored procedure. Okay, that place where we store the whole query is called a procedure. Okay, so whenever we want to execute the same kind of queries, not same kind of, it should be exact query. Whenever we want to execute same query, we will just call that stored procedure that we have created. Yesterday we have seen, first example that we have seen is, what is this? Okay. So syntax for stored procedure, first we need to change the delimiter. Okay. After this, create procedure, procedure name, then begin. Here, after begin, we need to write all the queries that, right, that we want to store in that stored procedure. After that, end, again end this delimiter, then change back that delimiter to semicolon again. Okay, this don't have to be dollar symbols all the time. You can use anything, forward slashes, backward slashes, exclamation marks, at the rates, hashtags, anything that you want. Okay, and it need not to be $2 symbols. It can be $1 symbol, or it can be $3 symbols. It can be $4 symbols, or whatever it might be. Is this understood? Yes. First example, we have just created a stored procedure to get or to show the whole table. Select everything from this table name. Second thing that we have done is select everything from the table name where department ID is equal to 2. That means we are giving department ID is equal to 2. We are giving a condition inside the query itself. Okay, inside the query itself. And whenever we execute this query, it will give only for, I mean, it will give all the details only related to department ID equal to 2. This is static. But for example, we want to do it dynamically. That means while calling the stored procedure, the input should be given. While calling the stored procedure, if we just give department ID 3, the table should show only details related to third department ID. If we give input as 4, it should show only fourth department ID details. Okay. How do we add that one? Using this in operator. In department, this is the input that we are, see, same thing, delimiter, dollar symbols, create procedure. While creating procedure, we'll give, obviously we'll give procedure name, and while giving procedure name, we'll just write in department ID. That means while calling this procedure, we need to give an input, that is department ID. Okay. Next, begin, select star from staff where department ID is equal to, because this is dynamic, we can't give direct numeric values here. Okay. Whatever input that we are giving here while creating the procedure, same thing should be given here also. Okay, so in this way, whenever we call this stored procedure, you will get to see, for example, we are calling 4. Okay, department ID equal to 4. The output will show only department ID equal to 4. We have created this stored procedure, and now we are giving department ID equal to 3. Now this will show only department ID 3 details. Okay, this is one thing. So next, a small question: how to increase salary of all employees in the department? Has anyone tried this one? Did anyone try? Anyone? No? Why? Why no? Can we give multiple parameters input? Yes, that is the question here. Here, uh, what did we discuss yesterday about this question? How to increase the salary of all employees in a department. So the input will be two parameters. One is department ID and how much percentage should be increased in their salary. So these two are the inputs that we have to give. With these two inputs, what should we write, or what should be our query? Here, after begin, okay, what should we update and what should we write here to get the same logic? Is question understood? Is question understood, everyone? Yes? Now tell me how to do this one, the logic. Yesterday I've given the whole syntax also. What should we write and where should we write? For example, we want to increase the salary of department ID 2. Okay, we want to increase the salary of all employees from department ID 2. Our input should be, whenever we are calling department dynamically, here we should write 2, and this 10 represents what percentage should be increased. What is the percentage in their salary should be increased? For example, 3 comma 10, that means third department ID, and the increase should be 10%. If this is our input, how do we create a trigger? Sorry, how do we create a procedure, and what should we write in this begin and end statements? Anyone? How should we start? How should we end? See this logic? Take 30 seconds, 1 minute, whatever it might be. Tell me the answer. Tell me the whole query. How to create the procedure and what should we write in begin and end. Anyone? Update. What are we updating? What are we updating? Salary. Then what should we write in the update? Tell me the whole query. Update, table name, set salary equal to, set salary equal to salary. See here. Update, table name, set salary equal to, what should we write? What should we write here? Salary increase. That is what we have to do. Logic. How do we write the query? Set salary equal to what? Very simple, basic thing. Update employees set salary is equal to salary into 1.1 where department is equal to where department ID equal to 5. Okay. Yes. Correct, Vinay. Correct. Yes. Anyone? Set salary equal to what? Set salary equal to salary into salary increase percent. Okay. I'll give 10 or 0.1 because we want to increase 10%. What will happen here? Is this static or dynamic? Why? Why static? Because we are giving the value directly. Okay. If we just give 0.1 for every time that we run this procedure, it will increase only 10%. Okay. We cannot give inputs dynamically here. For example, if I give 20% also here while calling, it will still increase 0.1% only. I mean 10% only. How to change this one? Because we did not take the value from function parameter exactly. What should we write there? Salary into salary increase percent. Salary into salary increase percent. Okay. Input that we are giving is an whole number 10, 20, 30%, 40%, whatever it might be. Salary into 10, salary into 20, salary into 30. What will happen? Our question is we have to multiply in decimal points. Okay. That is if we want to increase 10%, it should be 0.1. If we want to increase 20%, it should be 0.2. But the input that we are giving is in whole number format 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay. If we just write salary into whatever input that we give here 20, will it increase 20% or will that value be multiplied by 20 times? Understand one thing. See, simple thing. This parameter that we write here will take input exactly what we give here. Okay, exactly what we give here. For example, our input is 30%. Okay, our input is 30. Salary into 30. For example, our salary is 50,000. What will happen? Will it increase by 30% or salary into 30? Salary into 30. Is that what we want? No. Then convert that into decimal format. How? Co- Correct, Naresh. Correct. Your logic is correct. Okay. So how should we convert this into decimal format? Now this parameter is in whole number format. How to convert this into decimal? Just divided by 100. Okay. Just divide by 100. Is this understood? Yes. Now what exactly are we doing? Salary, I mean increasing the salary by whatever value that we, whatever percentage that we mentioned here. Is this understood? Yes. After this, what should we write? After this, what should we write? After this, small bracket. Next. Where department ID equal to depart underscore ID. Okay. Next. So this is our logic. Let's try this one. So from starting, what will we write? Okay, sorry. First line, what will we write? Delimiter. Mention anything. After this, create procedure. I'll write this increase salary. Okay, this is our procedure name. Inside this, what will we write? In operator, depart. Okay, depart ID, because this is the input that we have to give, and mention the data type also, integer. Next, comma, percent. Next, decimal, credit card, decimal, 3 comma 2 or mostly 5 comma 2. Okay. Next, next, begin. After this, update statement. Begin update statement. Next, update what? Staff, set salary equal to salary into, set salary equal to salary into percent. Set salary equal to salary into percent divided by 100. Why are we dividing by 100? Because we want to convert that whole number that we give here while calling into decimal point. Next, next, set salary is equal to salary into percentage by 100, where department ID equal to depart ID. Okay. After this, after updating, just show me everything. Okay. End with delimiters. Next. Sir, wrong answer. Why wrong answer? Let's try. Yes. End delimiters after this. Delimiter. Change this back to semicolon. Okay. We'll just execute this one. Successful. I think we miss equal to plus salary. Okay, sorry. Salary equal to salary plus this everything. Okay. Shit. Increase department salary. Okay. Salary equal to salary plus. Is this correct? Check once. Salary into into percent. Yes, correct. Okay. Simply execute this one. Successfully created. Now if we just see the salaries ones, select star from staff. Okay. For example, we are trying to change the department one. Let's start with one. Okay. Department ID one. How to group by? How to see all ones together? How to see all ones together? How to see all twos together? Threes together? Fours together? Select star from staff. Why where? Okay. What are we filtering? Our output is 1 2 2 3 4. Next 1 2 3 4, it will show like that, but we want to see all department ones together, twos together, threes together, fours together, fives together. What should we write here? Are we filtering something? No. Then what should we write? Partition by, we'll use that in window functions, not here. Order by. Order by department ID. Okay, execute this one. Now you'll see all ones together, twos together like this. Okay, now for example, see the salaries of first department. It is 45,000, 32, 30, 38, and 31. We want to increase this by 10%, for example. Okay, now what will we do? We'll just call this procedure. Call this procedure, and inputs that will give is inputs that will give inputs that we will give 1 comma 10. Why 1 comma 10? We want to increase the first department ID salary, and how much percent? 10%. Okay, simple, execute this one. We are using safe update mode. What should we write here? Set SQL safe updates equal to 0. Execute this one. Execute this one. Now you'll get to see all the first department IDs. Okay. Here, while creating itself, we should write select star from staff order by department ID. Okay, now if you observe, first salary in the first department was 45,000. After increasing by 10%, it is now 49,500, right? And if you check all the other first departments also, 35,200. Previously it was 32, I guess. Okay, previously it was 32. After increasing by 10%, it is 35,200 now. Is this understood? Stored procedures. We'll see one more example. Okay. Mm, Get all the employees hired after any particular date. Okay, any particular date. That means the input again we should give dynamically. Yes, how to write this one? Get all the employees hired after any particular date. Let me add one more thing also. Any particular date from department, from any particular department, that also should be given dynamically. Yes. Take 30 seconds, think about this one, and let me know the answer. Get all employees hired after any particular date. That means our input while calling, we should give department ID, along with that a date. Yes. Yes, anyone? Same thing, simple thing. What will you write here? Delimiter and choose anything, whatever it might be. Create procedure. Procedure name, for example, um, after date. Okay, this is our procedure name. Next, what should we write here? In. Next, department ID, int, comma, hire after. Okay, date, data type. Okay, next, begin. Select star from staff. From staff, should we use where clause or having clause? Where? Why where? Why not having? Why where clause? Why not having clause? Directly searching in the cell wise. Yes, exactly. Why not having? Because there is no aggregation function. Simple answer. Then why are you guys hesitating to answer that? You know the answer, but unable to tell why. Simple. Now, what should we write? Select star from staff. Where? Where? Higher date e equal to greater than higher after. Okay. Huh? Semicolon. Okay. Simple. Good. Higher after. Next. Next. What should we write? End delimiters. Should we include anything else? Department ID. Then where? Higher date after this. And department ID equal to depart ID. Okay. End. Next. Change the delimiter back to semicolon. Okay. Simply execute this one. Successfully created. Now whenever we call after date, okay, after date, first input should be department ID. I'll give 3. Next, second input, higher date. How should we give this one? How should we give this one? In double quotes. In double quotes. For example, we want to see all those employees who are hired after 2021 01 01. Okay. Date format. Yes. Semicolon. Execute this one. You'll get to see only those employees from department ID 3. All those employees were department ID equal to 3 and hired after 2021 0101. Is this understood? Yes. Next question. Hmm. Or how to find maximum salary for each department. Okay, using same dynamic. anyone answer for this one? Okay. Find maximum salary from each department. Next, show in descending order. Next, show in descending order. After this, limit or only show top two. Top two. After this, in the same thing. Um, okay, till here we'll get top two, right? After this, update these top two by 20%. Update these salaries, I mean top two salaries by 20%. Yes. Just tell me the logic. The question is very simple. Find top two salaries, okay, in each department and then increase their value by 20%. Yes, take 2 minutes. Let me know the answer. Think about this one. Okay, think about the first question. These are the other questions I'm writing just. Think about the first one. How to find maximum salary for each department? Show in descending order. Top two. Update these two by 20%. Yes, anyone? Find employees by 12 dates. Next one. Yes. Think about this one. Just the logic. How many inputs should we give? While calling, okay, once we create this procedure, while calling this procedure, how many inputs should we give? By using order offset limit and using the formula salary is equal to, okay, two inputs. How many inputs? Naresh, what are those two inputs? One, department ID. Percentage? अच्छा ये भी डायनामिक है ओके इंक्रीज टॉप टू बाय वॉट एवर परसेंटेज ठीक है okay now tell me how many inputs do we need percent also How many inputs? Two. What are they? Department ID and percentage. Do we need an input for salary? Not needed, because we are just filtering them, right? Not needed. So how do we write the query for this? Query will be delimiter. We'll start with delimiter. Okay. Next. Next, create procedure. Procedure name. Next inputs will be in department ID, int, comma, salary percent, sorry, decimal, decimal of 5 comma 2 or whatever it might be. Why are we giving 5 comma 2? Why are we giving 5 comma 2? Meaning of this 5 comma 2? 5 digits should be there. Decimal should be after three numbers. Okay. After decimal, how many digits? 2. Next. Next, begin. What should we write here? Begin. Select star. First, we'll write select statement or update statement. Length 5, decimal length 2. Correct. Yes, now we need two statements. First one update, second one salary or salary update. Which one will be first and what should we write? Select and then update. Okay, in select statement, what will we write? Select star from staff. Select star from staff. Then tell me, how do we write? Select department ID, comma, maximum of salary as maximum. Okay, from staff. From staff, order by salary, descending order. Think, take 30 seconds, think. First update, then inside select salary from staff. First update. Okay, tell me the statement for updating. We should update top two salaries per each department by 20%. Yes. Question is very simple. We are trying to update salary by 20%, where we give the department ID dynamically and descending order. Next. Is question understood? Is question understood? Yes or no? Tell me the answer. Select department ID, maximum salary, maximum from staff. Huh? This is not ranking. Yes. What should we write here? Time. Where group by? After staff, okay, group by. Group by department. Next. Group by department, order by salary. Next. Limit. Limit to, okay. Next. In update statement, what will you write? This select statement that you have written shows only filtered content. Okay. Then updating. With this select query, we are showing top two salaries per each department. And then how to update those two? Subquery. Update. Update what? Staff set salary equal to salary plus salary into percentage that we give dynamically divided by 100. Next, where where what is question? What is question, sir? Please repeat it. It's a simple thing. Question is, forget about whole thing. Question is update top two salaries per each department. Okay, update top two salaries per each department by 20% or by whatever percent it might be that we give dynamically. Okay, and show only two, only top two. Update top two salaries per each department by the percent that we give dynamically and show only top two. This should be simple. Actually, I have changed a parameter here. Yes, this should be simple. Now tell me after begin, what will you write? Yes, after begin, what will we write? One minute. In interview, you will not get more than 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes. Okay. Update top two salaries per each department by percentage. How do we update these? Yes, think. Okay, subqueries. We can use subqueries here. How? We can use subqueries. How? अरे आप जो भी यूज करो आंसर बता दो बस. With using subqueries, without using subqueries, whatever it might be, आंसर बता दो यार. Subqueries, how should we use subqueries here? We use the window functions like partition as derived. Okay, now just give me the query. Get top two employees' salaries and need to put inside subquery. In the main query, update the salary. How? How can we write? Same logic is correct. Logic is correct. Get top two employees' salaries and need to put inside subquery. In a main query, update the salary. Yes. How can we write the statement for this? Sorry. Update staff, set salary equal to salary or whatever it might be divided by percentage. Okay. Next, from from before from where department ID open brackets, sorry, in operator. Next, we'll write one more select statement. In this select statement, what should we write? In the select statement, okay, select star from staff where department ID equal to dynamic ID that we give. Okay. Dynamic ID that we give, that is this one, depart ID. Next. Next. Order by salary descending limit 2. Okay, limit 2. Now what will this query do? It updates the salaries, update the top two. Are you guys understanding this? Is this understood or not? Just tell me that one. Yes or no? Same thing. See here, update salary. Sorry, update staff, set salary is equal to salary, not plus. Okay, salary plus, okay, fine. Salary from, select salary from staff where department ID is equal to dynamic department ID, order by salary descending to limit. Correct, same thing. Okay, after writing this, just show everything. Okay, show everything. Then end delimiters. After this, change this back to semicolon. Is this understood? Yes or no? Yes. If this is understood, answer the next one. Find the employees between any two given dates. Date should be given dynamically. Date should be given dynamically. Between in where clause? Yes, quick. The logic will be again start from delimiter. Next, create procedure. Begin. Inside begin, what will you write here? Select star. Okay. From staff. where where hire date, where hire date, what should be the operator? Where hire date between what? After hire date, this is first input that we give, and before hire date. Okay, this is the query that we should write. These two inputs should be given while we are calling this procedure. Okay. Next, how to search employees by name. For example, uh, we want to get all those employees where they have ABC in their name. We want to get all those employees where they have ABC in the first name and DEF in the last name. Question, see here, name where we have ABC in the first name and DEF in the last name. How can we write this one? Dynamically. How? While calling the procedure, if we just give ABC, comma DEF, it should give all those employees in their name if they have ABC in the first name and DF in the last name. All those employees should be the output. Dynamic. Like operator, correct? How? Uh, select, select star. Like ABC, like in double quotes, percentile, ABC, percentile, percentile, ABC, percentile. Meaning of this? Somewhere in between we should have ABC. Before ABC we can have any number of characters. After ABC also we can have any number of characters. Next. And like, okay, first input. Okay, first input. How can we write this one? In double quotes, percentile, first input that we give while calling the parameter, sorry, calling the procedure, percentile, and last name, like in double quotes, we should mention second input, percentile, second input, percentile, close this one. Is this understood? Yes. These first input and second input will give while calling this procedure. I hope this is understood. Yes. Okay. Next topic. Sir, how to store values in variable and use how do we store values in variable and use in procedure? How do we store values in variable? Why? I mean, what is the use of storing values in variable? What is the need of doing that? Okay, I'll come to that question because I didn't understand that question correctly. Triggers. Next topic. What are triggers? What are triggers? We know this already. What are triggers? Before, after, okay. Using triggers, we are saying that do something for us, okay, after or before, okay, after something has happened. Okay, I'll tell you. Okay, do something after something has happened. Any example? Any example? For example, okay, we have created a table and one input is age. Okay, before inserting values into that table, check for age number. If age is greater than 18, then only allow. If age is less than 18, then don't allow. Okay, if this is our logic, okay, before inserting, first check for that condition. If that condition is satisfied, then allow. If that condition is not satisfied, then don't allow. Is this understood? Yes. One more scenario. Um, okay. While we have same age column, while inserting values, we forgot to give age parameter. Okay, we forgot to give age value. By default, it should give 18. By default, it should give 18. Okay. How can we do this? See here. After or before something has happened. Same syntax. Syntax will be same. We'll start with delimiter. Then create trigger, trigger name. After this, begin. Okay. First, let us create some tables. Create table. I'll write employees or whatever name it might be. First, I'll have employee ID int primary key and also auto increment. Meaning of auto increment? Values we don't have to give. It will start from 1 and keep on increasing. Okay, auto increment, comma, name varchar of 20, whatever it might be. After this, department int. Okay, this is one table. Next, 1 second. We are talking about age. Age int. See, understand this one. Table name employee already exists. I'll just write emp 0 affected. Now if we just write select star from emp. Okay. There is nothing in this newly created table. See here, employee ID, name, age. Now our requirement is we need to create a trigger. Okay, we need to create a trigger. And what should that trigger do? Before inserting values into this table, it should check for age parameter. It should check for age parameter. If a age value exists in our table, in our input, it should give the value directly. If age parameter doesn't exist in our input, it should directly give 18, default value 18. Okay, so what will you write? Again, we need to start with delimiter. This time, okay, I'll use this one. Next, create trigger. Trigger name, for example, I'll just write set default age. Okay, set default age. Before insert on, understand this statement, before insert on emp, that is our table name. Okay, what should we do? Here in syntax, we'll write something else for each row. Meaning of this, starting from create trigger till here, meaning of this, create trigger, trigger name before inserting into the employee table, emp table for each row. Meaning of this, for each row, general meaning of for each row. For each row, apply this trigger. For each row, check for this condition. Okay, this trigger for each row in this emp table, check for that condition and then give us the output. For each row, then we will write begin if new dot age. Okay, if new dot age is null, then set new dot age equal to 18. Meaning of this till here? If new dot age is null, meaning of that, while inserting the values, if we miss some value to enter, okay, if we forgot age parameter while inserting, then what will it do? By default, it will set that new age equal to 18. I hope this is understood. Yes or no? Again, I'll just repeat this again. What exactly do we want to do? If we miss any age values, by default, this trigger should assign 18 as age value. How can we write this one? Delimiter, same thing. Create trigger, trigger name. And before inserting on EMP, before inserting any new records or new records on EMP table, for each row, check for this condition. If new age is null, that means we did not give any value for this age. That means we did not give any value for this age. Then set new age is equal to 18. I hope this is understood till here. Okay, semicolon, end if, okay, end if, end again. We are starting if condition, we have to end if condition. After this, we are starting, before this, we are starting begin and end that begin statement also. End, delimiters again. Change this delimiter back to semicolon. Is this query understood? Yes or no? Yes. If we just simply execute this one, successfully executed. Now let's try insert into EMP. Okay. Insert into EMP. How to insert values into any table? Based on the table EMP, where we have employee ID, int, primary key, auto increment, name, varchar, age, int. Okay. How to insert? Name, comma, age, next, values, name, for example, I'll just write ABC. Next, age. Okay, let's try this. Age, I'll write 20. Okay, just simple close this one. Enter, one row affected. Select star from. One record will be inserted, employee ID 1, name ABC, age. Now simple, see here. Insert into EMP again. This time I'll only give name and values DEF. Okay, execute this one. Now what did it give? Did we give any age value for DF? No, but by default it is giving us 18. Is this understood? What did we write here? Simple. Triggers are very simple. Understand this. Using triggers, we are saying that do me something before something has happened, or something has happened, or after something has happened. Now, one more example. For example, we have two tables, employee table and deleted employee tables. Okay, employee table is first table, deleted employee is the second table. For example, if we delete any record in employee table, that is first table, that record should go and sit in the employee deleted table. Okay, we are not statically or dynamically inserting any values into the employee deleted. Ticket booking after, and one more simple example, I'll write it here, understand this. There are two tables. First one is employee table and deleted employee tables. Now using triggers, whenever we delete a record from EMP table, that record should go and inserted into employee deleted table. Is this scenario understood? Yes. There are two tables, employee table and deleted employees table. Using triggers, whenever we delete some record from employee table, that record, which one is deleted, that should go into employee deleted table. Is this scenario understood or not? We are not inserting anything dynamically into deleted employees table, but after deletion from the employee table, it should go and sit in the deleted employees table. Okay. Now for this scenario, the logic will be, yes. For this logic will be, we don't have to call any triggers. Okay. By default, whenever we delete something, see, by default, it will be auto assigned. Now here we have created a trigger and that is successfully executed, no error. And whenever we insert values into the same EMP table and we forgot to age, that trigger will automatically get triggered. That is the meaning of trigger, right? When this action is happened, that trigger will be executed automatically. That is the meaning of triggers. We don't have to call them separately. When this particular action is executed from our queries, that trigger will automatically get executed. Okay. Yes. For this scenario, the logic should be, how do we write trigger for this? Create trigger, trigger name after delete. Okay. For this scenario, we'll just write create trigger, trigger name. Next, after performing delete from EMP table, okay, for each row, insert into deleted employees table. Okay, deleted employees table. Here we can mention all the columns that we want to insert. Is this logic understood? Query, we'll come to that query. Is this logic understood? Yes or no? Create trigger, trigger name after delete from employees table for each row. Okay, insert into deleted employees table. Simple. Yes or no? If logic is understood, we'll go to query. Is logic understood? First, tell me what are triggers?
Do something for
What are triggers? Whenever we do some action, that trigger will automatically get executed, and whatever we write, that will get executed. First example that we have taken is, see here, we have created a trigger, set default age before inserting on employees. So it will check any values before inserting onto employees. While inserting, it will check for age. If that age is null, that means we are not giving any value for that age, then set that age parameter equal to 18 by default. Okay. End if, end delimiter, end everything. That is simple trigger. Now in this scenario, there are two tables, EMP table and deleted employees table. Okay. Using triggers, whenever we delete something from the first table, that is EMP table, that deleted record should go into delete employees table. Okay. For that, the query will be, the syntax, the logic will be create trigger, trigger name after delete from employees. Okay. After delete from employees for each row, insert the same record into the delete employee table. Okay. After delete from employee for each row, insert new dot employee ID. Okay. Comma new dot name, comma new dot, what was the other one, age. Okay, into delete employees table. Is this understood? Yes. All right. Okay. Okay, I'll stop here. On Monday, first we'll start with triggers. We'll see 5 to 6 good examples, and then we'll revise everything from starting. Okay, in MySQL.